Hey guys, I'm Brad with BradBuilds, and in my last episode, I had this crazy haul where I got over $11,000 worth of parts for about 900 bucks. So if you didn't see that video, go check it out. It's on my Datsun 240z playlist on my channel. In this episode, we're not gonna be building anything. We actually really haven't been building anything, any of these videos. We've just kind of been destroying the Datsun. And in this episode, we're gonna be destroying the engine, tearing it down, getting some measurements, sending out those measurements to the shop that's making the master rebuild kit, and yeah, that will be it for this episode. So hopefully, we'll see. Stay tuned. All right guys, so the goal of this video is to get measurements of the inside of the engine to send to a shop that's putting together my master rebuild kit. So we're gonna measure the bore of the cylinders, which is like the diameter, and then we're gonna measure the clearance in the main bearing and the rod bearings so that we can get the proper size piston rings, pistons, and bearings. So yeah, let's get to it. Oh my gosh. Check out what this water pump looks like on the inside. So much corrosion. I wonder if that was antifreeze that turned to dust. That's crazy. All right, so this side is pretty much done. I'm gonna get these little bits off here. Got the engine moved over here so we can have a desk to place the crankshaft on. Before we do that though, check out the screen for the oil pump, all that silicone. Before I took it all apart, I noticed that there was silicone on all the gaskets, a ton of it. Like the person who built this latch just caked it on, and it was all throughout the engine. It was in the head, it was in the oil pan, it's obviously on the screen here. So it kind of shows who had this car before me, that maybe they didn't take too much care of it or know too much about what they were doing. But yeah, there was just silicone all throughout the engine. So I'm gonna throw you guys on the tripod and take off those last few bits. Oh, that scared me. I'm having some issue getting out the rear main cap. I have been pulling and yanking at it and it is not budging. I got the center out with my hands. The front one came out really easy, but the rear one is just, it's not even budging. And I looked it up and you need some special puller. I will put a picture of that up right now. And I don't have that puller. So I think I'm gonna use some wood, and I'm gonna put a piece of wood here and a piece of wood there, and then use a harmonic balancer puller and kind of like position it in a way that it can pull up without damaging any of the metal. I had a better idea, and that is to, instead of using the harmonic balancer puller, because that won't, I know it's not gonna fit, it's smaller than this. I'm gonna use one piece of wood, same as before, but I'm gonna drill a hole through here and I'll put the bolt through the hole and pull it up straight. And that should work, hopefully. Maybe, we'll see. And the crankshaft is out. What I just did there with the wood, if I would have known beforehand that I needed a special tool, I would have gotten it. I wouldn't recommend doing that wood thing I just did, because as you torqued the bolt down to raise the cap, there was a max that you could screw the bolt into. And every time I got to it, you have to stop, pull it out, put new washers, and you could easily overturn and end up, messing up the inside of that cap, de-threading it or worse. But yeah, I recommend getting that tool. Anyway, it's out. There is a bit of scoring. Most of them, you can't actually feel anything. Like this one, you don't feel anything. This one I feel something right there. You can see those grooves right there. This one, I don't feel anything. Feel one here. Definitely feel one there. There's a deep one on that one, right in the middle. One or two have pretty deep scores, and this is definitely need to go to a machine shop. All right, lastly with this engine breakdown stuff, we're going to get the pistons out. fast forward a day and I'm getting back to work on this. Upon further inspection, I have found that piston number 6, I believe, piston number 6 has a crack right here. See, the rest have these high points, and this one has been cracked off. This piston is also different from the rest. You can see just the construction of it here versus that is totally different. All right, so I ran into a bit of an issue when filming this episode. I finished disassembling the engine, as you guys saw, and I actually measured everything. I measured the journals of the crankshaft and the bore of the cylinders, and I got 0.02 for the rod journals and 0.01 for the main journals. And then I pretty much got stock size measurements for the pistons and piston rings. So I called the shop and they told me they don't make stock size pistons and piston rings, and then nobody does. And I don't know how real that is and how true they are to that, but they don't make it. And I already bought the kit through them, and I'm just sizing it, and I got it for a really great price. So I'm not gonna go somewhere else. I am actually just gonna send the block to a machine shop as well as the crankshaft and get it all properly machined. It'll be better that way anyway. It wasn't gonna be perfect, nice fits everywhere. It was gonna be just slightly off. So in the end, this is a good thing, but I do have like 15 minutes of like good footage to show you guys, but I don't wanna show you guys because I don't want you to just be disappointed at the end when I'm like, well, that was for nothing, because the machine shop's gonna do it all. So I'm just gonna cut it out and move on to the next video, which will probably be more engine bay disassembly or working on the head. I'm not exactly sure yet, but we'll figure it out. And until next time, like, comment, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Like and comment and subscribe.